Hey everyone! Today I want to come back to everyone's favorite multiverse from the creator No Skill Clutch. The 21st episode is coming out very soon. This multiverse is quite intricate, so to make it easier for you to understand what will happen in the new episode, I will continue to analyze episodes I have not analyzed before. This time I will analyze 6 episodes, and then I'm about to show you all the secrets and Easter eggs that you might have missed. Now make some tea, grab your snacks, and be sure to watch this video to the end, because it will be the best thing you've seen today. Let's go! The 7th episode is displayed on your screens now. It starts with a battle between Skibidi and the Alliance, and cameraman Toilet Titan also takes part in it. He literally fries 2 Skibidi to the state of the pecking duck, while another prick tries to attack POV. This guy ran to us fast enough though. At the beginning of the episode, he can be seen right here, and this big cameraman had to cover our backs. But something went wrong though. So this guy has already been flushed away. This dumbass's behavior is quite strange. And instead of flying into us at the highest speed, he just stops on the spot and pulls his hands towards us. But we must be thankful as this guy at least used his hands, unlike Skibidi from the 5th episode, who, as you guys remember, generally behaved like a dimwit and simply pulled his head. I mean, he could have easily flushed the camera toilet off, and that would have been it. Fortunately, TV Man Toilet turned out to be nearby in the area. And with the help of a blue glow, he saves us from this Skibidi. As glow is on, we can hear the THX music playing in the background. In the original series, though, such music has been accompanied by a red glow only, the one which forced Skibidi toilets to flush themselves off. TV Man Toilet has an ordinary blue glow, which is the same the original TV Man had. Also, I must say that his neck looks very similar to the humanoid one. And it seems to be quite strange. We'll surely talk about it, but a bit later. We see 2 more Skibidi. One of them is wearing the same costume as the cameraman from the 63rd episode. You know, the one who laughed at Plunger Cameraman. We saw this guy in the finale of the 67th episode. TV Man Toilet uses his glow again, but this time there is no TAX music that can be heard. Another prick appears and flushes TV Man Toilet, and it seems like he wants to do the same thing to us afterwards. Just look at the length of his neck. It seems it's being stretched out for a few meters. So why didn't this guy do the same? Why would he approach us so quickly if he could just stretch his neck without moving his body anywhere? It seems that POV was born incredibly lucky, so he is being rescued again. But this time it was done by our old friend, Cameraman. In the description under this episode, it had been said about the collision of several multiverses, and it becomes quite clear to us that this cameraman came from the original series. But how he got there and what was the reason for it, that information stays quite unclear yet. The next episode starts and we see how Skibidi beats the heck out of the camera toilet. This guy is wearing the same kind of costume as Skibidi from the last episode does. Oh, hey, dude. Are you out of your mind, though? Why are you punching him, you silly goose? Wouldn't it be much easier to just flush him off? There are a few more Skibidi that can be seen in the background, and one of them is wearing the costume of the legendary Plunger Cameraman. Behind him, you can notice an open door, and it looks like it's leading to the paradise. A large camera toilet shoots at 3 Skibidi, and at this moment you can see that this gun has a red sight. In the 5th episode, this exact same gun had a blue glow, and it worked exactly the same way as Titan Cameraman's gun from the original series did. After the shot, all the Skibidi stand still, and we could have seen something similar in the 54th episode of the original series, where a shot from the cannon made Skibidi toilets freeze too. One Skibidi is lying on the ground, and it looks like one of the camera toilets was able to kick his ass greatly. After that, we see Cameraman, who shows us a photo of G-Man, which is a reference to the interrogation from the 21st episode of the original series. It seems like this cameraman still does not understand which multiverse he got into exactly, because this G-Man version does not even have a toilet. In this multiverse, he has the body of an ordinary human being, which means that this cameraman got here by sheer accident and is trying to figure out what is going on in general. So he asks them directly, "Hi guys, is there in your multiverse a certain guy I seek for by any chance?" Camera toilets are not going to reveal any information to the stranger though, so Cameraman does a facepalm. This is logical because in this multiverse, the entire Skibidi army has the body of an ordinary human being, thus you, my dude, is supposed to have it too. They are completely sure that you are also on the Skibidi side. After that, this big guy with the face of male 07 appears. He also has the body of a big cameraman from the original series. He grabs POV, but then Speaker Toilet comes to the rescue and staggers the prick. And after that, TV Toilet uses his glow and destroys him in the end. This scene is a reference to the 24th episode of the original series, by the way. Behind us, we can notice a large Speaker Toilet, who is the same speaker that flew to the rescue of TV Man Titan in the 44th episode, and who also was at the possession of the Scientist Toilet. These guys have strange things on their toilets, which are something similar to what was in the 4th episode of the original series. But I couldn't figure out what they were for, though. This cameraman gives us the thumbs up. He has something interesting up in his sleeve, but I'm not entirely sure, as this white thingy seems to be a part of his camera. Cameramen from another Skibidi Wars multiverse had the exact same thing in episode 58. We haven't seen how it works yet, but I know for sure that the cameramen from the original series don't own it. If you have a guess about what's this thing for, write about it in the comments under this video, because I will be very interested in your theories. The 9th episode is already here. The cameraman offers the hostage a snack, but he refuses. It's kind of strange. I mean, why would cameraman need popcorn at all? After all, he doesn't have a mouth, and I don't know how he's going to consume it. It looks like Skibidiman isn't really hungry, because we remember how long their neck is, so he could easily pull it out and eat something. The Speaker Toilet crowd lures Skibidiman into a trap, just like it happened in the 25th episode of the original series. Among the Skibidimen, there are 2 guys with the bodies of Big Speaker Man, and behind them we see several empty toilets. It looks like the battle in this place has been going on for a long time already, and the Alliance decided not to continue the fight but to lure the Skibidimen into a trap. We see the Speaker Toilet from the last episode once again, but this time they don't have those strange things on their toilets. They use a powerful sound, and it seems like the battle is over. But suddenly, Skibidiman Robber appears and crushes those poor guys. He does the same thing to us, but this time he uses a rocket launcher. In fact, one thing seems very strange to me. Why at the moment the Speaker Toilet used their sound, no one from the Alliance had their headphones on? In the original 25th episode, everyone used them, but we don't see headphones on either camera toilets or speaker toilets. Maybe that's why when the sound was used, we saw how POV had these electrical disturbances. In episode 10, we observe her from the roof of the building as Skibidiman Robber continues to destroy the Alliance. We see several speaker toilets, but they look unusual. One of them has strange white speakers, and we have not seen this before in this multiverse. And the other one looks more like a closet. There's also a big camera toilet. Before that, all the big camera toilets had guns on the sides of their toilets, but this guy doesn't have them, and he looks useless. A hand can be seen behind the Skibidiman Robber, and it seems we saw it in the 4th episode of this multiverse, and I assume it belongs to G-Man. But why doesn't this guy get up? Maybe he decided to take a dump, so he holds onto the building like to the door in a toilet stall? As Robber destroys speaker toilets, we see another Skibidiman, and the way he destroyed camera toilets is a reference to the 31st episode of the original series. He stretches out his hand like elastic from the cartoon called The Incredibles and grabs us, and then throws us right in the hands of Skibidiman Robber. I wonder why he grabbed us, not the cameraman. Maybe Skibidiman also consider him a member of their army because he has the body of an ordinary human being? It seems POV is dead, but suddenly Skibidiman chips off his plans and turns his head, and then we see G-Man. Robber gets down on one knee in front of him and gives G-Man the opportunity to destroy POV on his own, and this is the end of the episode. The next episode begins with the scene of 2 Skibidimen, who seem to be patrolling this place without noticing us with a cameraman. I wonder how they didn't notice us at this moment. There is an image of male 07 on the hanger, and this is a reference to the very first Skibidi toilet from the 1st episode. Cameraman asks us to sneak into the hangar, and POV follows right behind the Skibidiman. This is a reference to the 16th episode of the original series. By the way, it was right in there where we first saw a camera toilet similar to those that we have seen in this multiverse, and he was on the side of the Alliance. But this time we play the role of this camera ourselves. POV rushes into the laboratory, and we see scientist Skibidiman. There's also Skibidi Woman and Skibidi Military behind him. Guys, I really don't know what this thing is, but it seems as some sort of a hint to me. But I can't remember which one is that actually. There is an inscription mesa on the computer's screen, and this is a reference to the Black Mesa. It was where the scientist worked in the game Half-Life 2. POV is watching the scientist, but it seems like something went wrong, so this cameraman was captured. Skibidi is holding a weapon in his hands, and for the first time we see something like this in this multiverse. I think it's a right choice to give these idiots a weapon, because these silly geese behave strangely all the time, and instead of a simple flushing off, they reach for them with their head. Well, with weapons, these problems should not arise anymore. A scientist attacks POV, and the episode ends. There is a special scanner on his head. Such scanner appeared on the scientist model in the 30th episode only of the original series. Okay, the 12th episode is before your eyes, and we see how Skibidi tears off the head of a large camera toilet. He also does not have a gun on the toilet. His neck looks normal too, while the camera toilet's one resembles a drain pipe, and TV Man toilet's neck is of a shape of an ordinary human being. He also has a blue inscription on his toilet, but what is written there is very difficult to understand. After that, we see some big Skibidi. Their bodies look disproportionate and weird. Their hands are of the size of their heads, and their legs are as thin as toothpicks. The head of one of them is much smaller than of the rest of them. POV is attacked by Skibidi, but fortunately TV Man Toilet saves us. He has a red glow, the same glow TV Woman had in the original series. His size is also different from what we saw in episode 7. It is much smaller and more reminiscent of TV Woman Toilet. The version of his TV also looks much older. The prick who has already destroyed 2 POVs from the previous episodes enters the battle, and this time he already has 2 guns. But finally, a worthy opponent enters the battle with him, and with 2 shots only, the Speaker Toilet Titan deprives this dumbass of his guns and ends this confrontation with the 3rd shot. As usual, instead of using their hands, these idiots pull their heads, and Skibidi Robber is no exception. Someone, please do tell these dullards to use their hands. This battle is a reference to the 26th episode of the original series, but in this multiverse everything is the opposite, so even the presence of the body of Skibidi Robber did not help him defeat the Titan. If you are a little confused and do not understand what is happening here at all, I highly recommend you to watch an analysis of past episodes of this multiverse, where I told you in detail about all the Titans, who this cameraman really is, and why he got teleported to this multiverse. Share your theories about what we will see in the new 21st episode of Skibidi Multiverse in the comments under the video. And that was me, ISO Toilet. See ya!